everybody, it's me again, your sewing teacher, how to make a bobbin and thread the machine. So next I'm going to show you how to make a bobbin. So you need thread and you need a bobbin. So the thread actually goes up here on the thread spool. So you want to make sure that you can puncture the one side and put the thread on the top. Then you're going to see up here on top of the machine, so I'll show you, up here on the top of the machine, you actually have this screw, but this screw is actually a tool. So the thread goes around that nail or that screw, and that's going to help it keep its proper tension. So it has to go around there in order for you to create this bobbin. And if you actually look really close right here on the handle, you will see that there's an arrow, and that arrow is showing you the direction to go around that screw. Okay? So next you go around that screw, and you're going to take your bobbin and you're going to wrap this thread around the top of the bobbin and go round and round about 5 times. And then you're going to put your bobbin down so that the thread goes around the outside, but first it's going to go around on the hand side. So over here on the hand wheel side, it's going to go around the back of the bobbin and come around the front of the bobbin. Then the next thing you have to remember is you have to pop your wheel. So you pop your wheel, and that's to make sure that your needle stops moving. So this needle should not go up and down while this is popped out over here on the side. So we're gonna pop that out, and we have this all set up, and I have this baby little tail right here, and I am going to actually hang on to that. But the next step is to actually click the bobbin in place, and that clicks it so that it automatically will stop when the bobbin is filled. So first I'm going to just hold this little string just so it gets started. I'm going to show you. Sorry for the camera problems. Okay, so where are we? So here we go. So I'm just going to hold on to this here for a second while it gets moving. And the reason I do that is because I want it to catch on its own. There we go. And you'll see now it's actually filling the bobbin. You don't have to touch it at all. This will do the job all by itself. And if you do touch it, you might actually change the tension on the bobbin. And tension on the bobbin is actually very important. So now it is stopped, and it is stopped because this mechanism here shows it that it's full. So I am going to take the bobbin off by clicking it back, pulling this off. I'm actually going to use that razor blade over on this side to cut the thread. It's now cut, and now I have a bobbin. So this is what I need for threading the machine. So I thread the machine on the top, and I thread the machine on the bottom. So to thread the machine on the bottom, you have to take off the slide extension from the front. Then you need to open up the door, and this is your bobbin casing. Okay, so we have first off, don't ever play with this. All of these pieces come out. We don't want them to come out. The only piece we want to come out is this actual bobbin case right here. You can see all you have to do to remove it is pull back this little door on the case and pull it out. And I'm going to show you up close. This is what it looks like. And you just open up this little door, and then you pull it out, and it comes out. Now, I'm going to show you how to put the bobbin in. So the bobbin should look like a number 9. So it is the circle of the 9, and then the thread comes down the staff of the 9. So it looks like a number 9. Then you're going to take your open bobbin case, just like this, and you're going to slide this bobbin into the bobbin case, like so. And it's important to notice that the thread should be going in the same direction as this itty bitty little line right there. There's an itty bitty little line right there. So when I've got to keep holding this in or it will fall out, and I am then going to take this little thread and I'm going to pull this little thread until it gets in and it clicks into that little window. See that little window? See how the thread's coming through that little window? That's very important. If you don't have that, then you're not going to be able to sew. It means all your threads are going to be messed up if that doesn't happen. So what we do again is we have that little cut right there. The thread goes through that cut and then we pull it backwards towards the window and then it clicks in and then it's freely in the window. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up this little door again and I'm going to hang on to it by the door. And the reason why I'm going to hang on to it by the door is because that locks the bobbin inside. If I were to let go of this little door and then I was to tip this upside down, the bobbin would actually come out. And I don't want that right now because it's threaded. So I'm just going to hold on to the little door, then the bobbin is locked in, and then I'm going to put this back in to the machine. Now you'll see that there's this little arm right here at the top. I always like to say that that arm has to have its hand up. The hand has to be up because it's got a space that it clicks into. So the arm has to go up and it has to click in to the little spot that it's supposed to click into right there. And the reason why that's important is because this little opening here, this little window, that's where the needle has to come in. So if we have the bobbin and the hand is not up and the hand is down, then your needle is going to hit metal and your needle is going to break. So it's really important that the hand of the bobbin case is up and that we slide it in there and that we click it into place. So it clicks right into place. And if I show you up close, you'll see right here, it doesn't move. It stays right in there. Okay? And so that means that my bobbin case is in there and it's ready to go. Now you'll see there's a thread sticking out here. This little thread is going to get caught and brought up, but not yet. We have to thread our machine first. So now we're going to thread our machine. So the machine kind of gives us ideas of where the thread needs to go to be threaded. So the first thing you notice that I have already showed you, but I'm going to show you again, is right here on the handle, there's an arrow. So that means your thread is going to go in that direction. It's going in the direction of the arrow. And then we go over here and there's another one right there. That's the direction we're going in. And then if you look at the top of the machine right here, it has a number 1. And then there's a number 2 right here. And then it tells you to go around. So then you go up here and oh look, there's a 3. There's a number 3. So we're following the numbers. Okay? Now here we go. I'm going to show you, and actually there's a 4. There's a 4 right here. And then I like to say that 5 is this hook and 6 is the hole in the needle. Okay? So let's show you how that's done. So here we go. So we're following the arrows. We go across the top of the machine by following the arrows. We get hooked onto the hook at number 1. Then we're going to bring the thread down all the way to the bottom where it says number 2, and it says we're going to do a U-turn. So we're going to take that thread around the bottom. We're going to bring the thread up around the top. Now number 3 also has a U-turn. So that means you're going to take it around this metal piece up here. If this metal piece is not there, then you use your side wheel to move it. Okay? And then you're going to bring it down to number 4. Number 4 is actually a little hook that's right here. So we're going to hook on there. Then we have a little hook that's right beside the needle. If you're right-handed, you could put it on the right hand. And if you're left-handed, you could put it on the left hand. Okay? So we're just going to click that thread through there and then we're going to put our thread through our needle. Now, my eyes are not what they used to be. I remember when my mom was my age and I was a lot younger, my mom would say, Amy, can you come here and thread this through for me? And so I would go and thread her machine, and I never really understood why. But now that I'm older and I need glasses, I understand. So the next thing you do is you take that thread that you've already threaded through the machine and you give it a nice clean cut with your good scissors. And then you're going to put that end of thread through the needle hole. Once you've put it through the needle hole, you're gonna pull the thread tail, and that's what this is called, is the thread tail. You're gonna pull the thread tail to be at least 3 inches long. You always wanna work with your tails to be 3 inches or more longer. And that's because if they are shorter than 3 inches, then the machine will suck the thread back up and you'll be rethreading your machine all the time. And let me tell you, you do not want to thread the machine all the time. So I have now threaded the machine. I have a 3-inch tail, and I'm going to just hang on to my tail just a little bit, okay? So I'm actually going to hang on to it from here. Now I have my thread on the outside of my bobbin, and I have a thread here through my needle, but I need to pull this bobbin thread up into the machine and out, so I have 2 tails. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to move the needle by moving my hand wheel, and I'm going to go down so my needle goes all the way down and it pulls up that thread. So I can see it pull up that thread. And as it pulls up that thread, I'm going to give a little bit of a tug with the other tail until it pops up through the top. Once it pops up through the top and I have 2 tails, I want to make sure that I pull both tails to be 3 inches long. Then I'm going to shut my bobbin door. Then I'm going to put my extension back on, and now I have 2 threads coming out of my machine, one from the top, one from the bottom. It is 3 inches long or more. Now I am ready to sew. And that is how you thread the Janome 2212. Thanks for watching this video. This video was made for my students in my fashion class here in Ontario, Canada. Please just click like, click subscribe, and then click the bell, because the bell will tell you when I upload videos on Sundays as they're needed. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this helped you thread your Janome 2212 or whichever machine you have. Hope you have a great day.